Hey there, I'm live. A lot later than I thought I was going to be, but here I am anyway. Um, some things that I wanted to do. I just show you some updates on some things I was coloring and how I got that done. And I'm going to open some packages that one I got today, I received today, and the other, I'm like, where the heck did I put it? And the other two I received a while ago, but I just didn't show it yet because I wasn't quite ready to work with them. And now I'm trying to find where's the main one. Oh, there it is. Okay. The main one is this one. Um, this is the main one. I'm just gonna start right out from the beginning with it. And the package looks kind of dirty on the bottom, but I don't care. Okay, is this what we're doing? I don't want difficult. No, difícil. No. Okay, there we go. What look like? Oh, that's it. I wonder where they put the receipt for this. So I had mentioned last week for some time, I think, that I had ordered some pre-gessoed canvas and some mop paintbrushes from Utrecht.com. And so I did, man, did I get that double gessoed or whatever canvas. I gotta find a place to put it. It's like really tall. I got that a few days ago though, and I got that to work on this, if you remember, this thing, the pen, empty, discarded dinosaur pen parts that then I covered them with modeling clay, and then I'm going to cover this whole thing with the pre-gessoed canvas and kind of do some more molding with it, and then I'm going to paint with acrylic on it. So I don't know what it's going to be. I have no idea. It's my little investigative process. Oh, doing something just because I can. I like that these are like short-handled brushes. Actually, like I got these. They showed them to me when when you buy things and they suggest things to you to get. And I don't know how they knew that I wanted short-handled brushes and that I was not feeling too good about the brushes I had as far as using those for watercolor. Uh-oh. It's possible if we lose power, if I suddenly go off, that's because we lost power. We're still waiting on our generator parts. That's interesting. Anyway, ooh, I love it already. And how come this one didn't come in and I just dropped one. Oh Lord, in the abyss underneath my desk. The horror. Oh my gosh. I can't get it. I'm trying to reach it. I gotta move further. Okay, now I got it. And I saw in the picture when they suggested that, I was like, what? I was like, you know what? I didn't know what a mop brush was because that's not really something I used when I was, I don't know, maybe I did. I think we call it something different. It was called something different. But anyway, so I have them and I'm really looking at them and the size of them. I love the short handle. I don't know how you guarantee you get a short handle brush. I really don't know how because I try to find them and it doesn't work. So I don't know what the search term is supposed to be for that. But anyway, so these are the brushes. I love them already. They said they're lamb's hair or something like that. I don't know. All I know is I think they probably will be good enough where like they're not the kind of brush where the hairs are going to be falling out on you. And if you want to see the brand, it's a brand I never heard of before. Okay, that didn't work, did it? Silver Silk, I think it's called. There we go. Silver Silk. Goat, not sheep. White goat mop. Oval. And it's what all of these are, actually. Mop oval. So, if you're thinking about brushes and you're not liking what you got to do with watercolors, then maybe you might need some of these. I got mine from utrek.com, but they might be available other places too. Or this place might actually have a website. I don't know. Silver Silk 88. This is a 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch, 3/8, and 1/2 inch. So these definitely are going to be like my watercolor only brushes, I think, from what I know right now. Because I need to keep my brushes separate. Okay. Let's see what else. Okay. Another things I don't know if I can bring the bag is big. So I don't know if this is gonna work. The bag is big. I don't know if I need it this big. Maybe I do. But sorry about the noise. Or maybe you like the noise. Hold on, let me mute. This is loud. This is heavy. That's too hard. I'm taking it off there. The bag is too big. It's like really big. And how does it look at you? Oh. Okay. Ooh, this is heavy. This one box is heavy. This one. Okay. They're going back in the bag because I don't know that I know I'm not ready to use them tomorrow. Definitely not ready to use them tonight. Okay, so let's start with this one. When I was talking about watching that woman in that video, when she was talking about, what was she talking about? Oh, preparing a canvas, and I posted that her video on my wall, and she had those sanding blocks, and I was like, what? They didn't have those when I was painting. And so I went looking for some, and I got some. I may have gotten more than one. I can't remember. We'll see. But I got a fine grit, so then when you put gesso on canvas to prepare it, um, and you want to sand it down when you're using acrylic or oil paint. You want to sand it, and you want to get a surface that you like, that's kind of smoothish to paint on. And so I used to use sandpaper. People use sandpaper, but now they got sanding blocks. I was like, that's much easier than fiddling around with sandpaper or getting some contraption to put the sandpaper on to sand. I don't know, which the contraption never worked for me. But so I got some of those. This says 4-inch manual polishing sponge. 400 grit, extra fine. Okay, so this is more of these. I may have, it's been a while now, and I'm wondering, I may have ordered more than one type so I could see which one I like the best, and also to make sure I got to see that if I got the grit that I really want. And the good part is, if they don't work for me, I can always give them to my husband because, he does woodworking and stuff, so he'll find a use for them. Okay, so this is another brand. What's this say? Hold on. Does it say what grit this is? 220. 220? Oh my gosh, I gotta put my glasses on. I can't read it. It's too tiny. Okay, this says. Okay, yeah, this is 220. This is 220 grit. These are 400 grit. 400 or 440? 400. So there's 4 of those. I don't know. These almost feel like. I don't know. We'll see. I won't know until I actually like seeing that other Frederick's canvas board. Whether that it's the right size that I want or not, the right grit. Okay, this is heavy. I'm not sure if this is the same thing. It might be something different. Ah, okay. This is a 5-piece silicone paintbrush set, which I wanted, especially like if I'm gonna be gessoing small canvases. I thought these would be good for that. They might also be good for like putting watercolor ground on coloring pages. So, okay, oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's see, will they all come out together? Will they all come out together? Also, would be good for gesso on big canvases too, as far as like this one. And because I really don't like those sponge things, even though those sponge, the sponges with the handle, they do, I mean, they work, but if I can't actually get my hands on it, see it, and hold it, I don't know if it's a good quality one or not. And I hate when they fall apart on me, especially with gesso because it's thick. I hate when the stuff starts poking through the handle, the thing that attaches it to the handle starts poking through the gesso. That drives me nuts. And you wind up buying them over and over and over and over again. And I don't want to do that. I want to buy something that's going to work and that's going to last me. And so I got this, the 5-piece silicone paintbrush set. So there's the big one, 3-inch. 2.5-inch. Ooh, I like that already. Looking at that. And see, it's got kind of a wedge to it. 2-inch, 1.5-inch, and 1-inch. And this is actually like, how fast this would actually do that, the satin glazing liquid or watercolor ground on a coloring page. To use one of these, be like boom, boom. Can't wait to use it. So, I got that. Oop, there's more thunder. I start seeing big flashes. I might have to get off here. And these came from Amazon. Everything that I'm showing you, that's where I got it from. Okay, now how can I get this back in, like, in a way that's gonna, like, how'd they do that anyway? How'd they get them in there without having the box poking out like I got it poking out? So I have to put it upside down. I'm excited about these. I really am. Okay, so that's that. Let me stop because I see some folks right here. Let me say hey. Hey, Amy. Hey, Coloring with Lori. So, that's those. I'm going to put, I don't know if I want these too far away from me. Maybe I don't need that big box anymore. But I think I need to put these in my... Oops. Geez. I may need to keep one... Well, no, I'm not going to sand up here. I'm always going to sand downstairs. So I'm going to keep them downstairs with my oil painting stuff. grandma sanding things. Okay, so what else do we have here? One more package. Oh, and I think I know what's in that one. I think they're the things I was just complaining about. Where the heck I put that box? Here we go. I guess I figured just in case, I think. Just in case the silicone things, oops, were not uh, going to be what I thought they were. But it looks like they are what I thought they were. But anyway, back up. And if I'm doing anything kind of junky where I really don't want to mess those up, if I'm doing, I don't know, if I'm doing some varnish and I really don't want to mess up those things, which like I don't know when I'm gonna do varnish, but I'm not planning on it, but just in case. Yeah, I did. Why did they put this big old box? There's a big old box for this. But anyway, yeah, I did get some of these. I think from reading the description, it seems like these are sturdier kind, but I wasn't absolutely sure. You never know with these. But I got some just in case as backup because I was totally out of them. The only ones I have are like really tiny, and so yeah. So I got some of these. These are by, oh, it doesn't say, does it? Because I really did some serious research on these because I was trying to get some that I felt that had a good enough review because some of them can be so flimsy that they're just worthless. And like I said, if you're using like gesso, it's really heavy. It's kind of heavy and thick. So you can't have one of these sponges that's really a flimsy kind because you won't get the job done. Hey, Vibrant, nice to see you. I like the little, that looks sturdy how it's attached. So I suspect these are a good brand of them. But like I said, like there was a Michaels that was at least like it was like maybe 45 to an hour, a minutes to an hour away from me. Um, and that closed a few years ago. And what else was there? I can't remember. I don't know, but that was mostly the place where I would go. And so um, with them not being there, I there's nowhere really that I can get any painting supplies unless I drive an hour, more than an hour or more away. And like, who's? I'm not about that life. Bring it to my house. Bring it to me. So these are gonna go downstairs too because I can't keep them up here. This one's going in the garbage. This box is going in the garbage. Oh, I wonder if. Well, that wouldn't be so easy to carry. I just don't want to be tripping over this stuff trying to get out of here. I do like my sandy things, though. I would like to break out with the acrylics before I have to start back to work, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I may just be prepping. I don't know. Because I have to logistically figure out how am I going to do that up here. I really don't know. Okay. Is it going to topple over? It would be sad if it did. Let's not do that. Because it might. We getting torrential rain now? Sounds like it. Okay. So, let's see. Hope everybody had a good Monday. And if Bubbles is listening, I hope the people are not acting up too much. So a couple of things. Last thing I worked on yesterday, because I have been coloring, even though I haven't been. Well, I was on I was on like 3 days in a row, or twice in one day, or something. I don't know. But I've been doing a lot of other things, a lot of work around the house. I actually went to this page after I did something on in this Kaleidomorphia book, but I figured I'd show this one first. Now, okay, everything took a left turn when I lost my beautiful mellow colored moon. Um, and but like I couldn't like just cry. I couldn't cry over that, like that I lost it. I just had to move forward. That's how I figured. So whenever I get a chance to work on something, I work on things according to how I feel. If I feel like working on it, what coloring supplies I have out, and whatever. And I just decided to work on this yesterday because I discovered something um, working on a page in Kaleidomorphia, which I'll show you next. But what I did was I was feeling like I wanted to have this be like the moon and the glow that happens, even though it's wonky because my moon is like really like yellow, but whatever. Practice for me doing another page that has a moon. I don't know. But I had fun doing the sky and trying to make it look like it was kind of wispy, whatever going on in there. Um, but I've been wondering if I should actually put purple in the sky. I'm kind of hesitant because I've already like messed up things once so badly that according in as opposed to how I was hoping and thinking I was going to do this, that I'm kind of not pushing it. I'm trying not to push it. I don't know what to do with the ground though. And I did this with pencil, um, that Indenthone blue from Prismacolor, and then I actually added black to here because I kind of wanted it to be like a dark midnight kind of blue, but then that was kind of scaring me, so I just left it just in that one part. Um, and then I used my let's see, I'm right over here, so I'm not willing to let go of them yet. My um, Marabou art crayons, the blender, and then the white, which they both look the same except the blender has blender on it. I did wind up buying two of these, two or three of them, I think, that are coming because I'm finding that they are really useful. The way they blend color pencil is really nice, as well as yeah, it's really nice. And I was like, why didn't I know this about this? So I did buy two or three more. So they're coming. So whatever damage I do to this one, I know there's another one on the way. I get a feeling I'm going to be using this a lot. It seems like that. So that's that. Um, so I didn't reach my goal of wanting to do this page all in alcohol marker. That can't do that anymore. But that's that. Okay, so let's see. Oh, what's underneath? Okay. So I've been working in this book. I don't know. Once I get in a book and I'm working in it, it's hard for me to stop. So I didn't really do anything else on this page. Or did I? Oh, I did put in some of the blue in the blue green in the wolves. So I did a little bit of that. I did a little bit more contouring of the green in some spots. But I haven't gone any further than that with this yet because I'm kind of, I guess I don't know. I just felt like I needed to like pause and think about it. When I looked at this yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I did like how it looked better than it did before. Um, I feel like there's something else that I need to do with this crown. Like I feel like I need to add some kind of lighter gold or something, but I'm not exactly sure how or where, and so that's kind of brewing in my head. I want to finish doing with these flowers what I did with these other ones, And I gotta make sure I keep this page in here because this is what I did it with these colors in a purple. Um, so yeah, I was gonna wait until it comes to me how it is I'm supposed to do it, and then I'll do it. That could be like tonight. I doubt it. Or it could be like months from now, and I'm not worried about it. I just want to learn from the page. I really like how the flowers turned out, and like um, all accidental. I actually used my Artix markers with this bubbles. Initially, I think I used um, a Hoo Hoo water-based markers, and then I looked at it and I was like, huh? And I tried to add a little bit of colored pencil, and I was like, oh, that's not really doing anything. And so when I worked on it the other day, from the videos you can see from the other day, what I did there with the Artix markers, I actually put purple in some of these, and I kind of liked the effect of that. And then I did some red and orange. Yeah, so I really like how the roses turned out. So someday I'll be going and doing the other ones like that because I do think they need to be like these. But I always get at a point where it's like, no, I'm not feeling like working on this anymore. I'm feeling like if I go any further, I'm gonna mess it up. So let's stop. Hey, Bellatini. And did I say hi to Bubbles? I can't remember. I forgot that fast. This page might be something I do for July being watercolor month. I may finish this page with watercolor. That might be what I do with it. Because I did base this, I think, in the Daniel Smith watercolor ground. So, okay. So this one, I went to town on this one yesterday in between doing other stuff. Yeah, I went in. I kept thinking about what to do for the background, and I really didn't know. And I have so many colors in this. So it's like, this is kind of goofy, kind of rainbowy. But initially, I didn't even like the page, so I feel like I moved forward. So to me, just to finish it is an accomplishment. It's not finished yet, though. I still have some dragonflies to do, whatever that doohickey is. Some little things in there. This butterfly, I gotta tone him down. Man, I did his colors backwards. I was trying to do a swallowtail, and swallowtails are yellow and black, like yellow swallowtails are yellow and black, and the other black swallowtails are black and blue. And they may even have more black in there than that, but I'm not putting more black in it. I love swallowtail butterflies. They're beautiful. Every once in a while, we'll see these, and I don't know if I've ever seen one. If I've seen any of the black ones, I've only seen it once. In our yard. They're gorgeous. Both of them are gorgeous. Anyway, I gotta probably use acrylic marker to change up these colors to take out some of that black because it's just too much. It just was like, whoa. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was using a Prismacolor. I think, I don't know. I didn't want to get on another pencil set, and I paid for it. I probably should have used a Color because it would have still given me a lot of color, but it would have been less mushy, less trying to spread. Anyway, so I'm almost done with this page. I've kind of been going in with black and dark brown, trying to kind of darken some of the edges and put in some of the creases and things like that. I don't know how much of that I'm going to do because that's rather tedious, but sometimes it feels good. I may go in with a dark blue around like some of these guys too. I don't know. In some ways, I feel like I almost undid what I did with the wings and things, but that's okay. I learned how to do the kind of transparency things, so I'm happy with that. Um, and it's just in focus. I don't even know. Um, so yeah, a lot of times I wind up breaking things up, the background up in color because I can't commit to a color, or I feel like there's so many colors in this thing. To do just one is really going to turn all the work I did in some direction that I'm not sure where it's going to go. And so I do more than one color. Is stay non-committal, so each color will kind of like have some kind of effect on the picture. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but um, so I used. Let's see, what did I do? I actually used my the Tim Holtz watercolor distress watercolor pencils. I actually used some yesterday, which was kind of odd. It's like I think I was talking bad about them just the other day, kind of talking bad about them. But I used them just to put down the base, the color, the blue. I even used the black. I used the blue and the black and that golden color, which is really gorgeous. Um, and I washed that out, and then I did what did I do over it? I did pencil, color pencil, and blender. Oh, that's not the blender. But I also did use the white as well to kind of tone it out in some places. So I really was going to town with these, um, which made me start thinking, do they sell this white one separate? Because I might need another one. Um, Yeah, so I've been trying to figure out, well, what do I, because I was outlining a lot of things in here with the black and then kind of blending it out with, with this and my little contraption that I put away. I got all my blenders in this little thingy. I was using this one. I don't know if you can see. Let me pull it out. Let me stop being a brat. This guy. You can still see blue on him. But this side of it, because it's like spongy, it's like a sponge, but it's firm. Um, so yeah, blending some spots out with that. Um, I've been using brown, like a dark brown for this side. I'm not sure I like how it looks, so I don't know if I need another color or not, or maybe I should just leave it alone. You know, sometimes that's sometimes that's the only solution. Just leave it alone. But I feel like I want it to have some kind of I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just too much. But I still do need to finish the dragonflies. So, let's see what else. Um, did I work on another one in here, or was that it? That might have been it. I spent a lot of time on this yesterday. I think that might have been all I worked on yesterday, except a little bit on the leaves on that other page. Did I work on? Yeah, because I didn't work on the bull at all. So, and I kind of was eyeing this page. It's like, especially after I learned that thing with the Marabou blender and the colored pencil. I thought, I started thinking about how I could and how these blenders actually worked with the Tim Holtz too, with the Tim Holtz distressed watercolor pencils. After the pencil had dried, after the watercolor pencil had dried, which it didn't take that long, of course, this actually helped to move that color too, using both the white and the colorless one. So even like to use one with color in it, there's probably some potential for doing something with that there. Um, yeah, so it read kind of like ding ding registered in my head. Oh, that's how I can use those distressed watercolor pencils, and that's how I can use these Marabou crayons for more than I have been using them for. Um, yeah, so I started eyeing this page, and it's like, no, don't go there. You got enough lips in here. Finish them up. Although I can color what I want. And I'm wondering if I want to color tonight. I still need. Maybe I should finish this guy. Get somewhere where I feel like I'm finished. I don't know. I just have this one spot in the corner that I left off on, but I don't have the right pencils out. How do we feel about that? Let's see. See, I kind of wanted to do the gouache, but I don't feel like I'm ready to do gouache tonight. I got, even though I cleaned off my desk, I really feel like I gotta, I don't know, prep for that in a special way, and I don't have any water. I could go get water, but then that's a whole nother production. And then, what is this doing in here? Why do I see blue all over inside my box? I see all this blue inside there. I'm trying to figure out where'd that come from. Everything has the lid on. I don't know what that's about. Goodies. Okay. Or I could work on a mandala because it is Mandala Monday. I couldn't think of one that I really wanted to work on. The one that I have to work on, I really don't want to work on it. I don't know why. Let's see. I really need a real place to put my pencils while I'm coloring. It's something I gotta work on. And something I've been thinking about. Where should they really go? Because I don't have a good place for that. Okay. So I think we're gonna do this. It seems, even though it's a different pencil than I was using, in a way, I kind of don't mind that because I do want it to be kind of different from the other side. So maybe it'll do something. I don't know. I'm going to turn on the overlay because then I can keep track on what's going on. Although if I can find what book I have of mandalas that like Prismacolors, that might be an option. Because I don't want to switch out pencils right now. Kind of halfway trying to work to get so that I can get my other rolling tray cart up here because I think I want to put it. I have one right now to the left of me, and I kind of want to put the other one to the right of me, and I kind of want it to be where I can actually set my pencils or marker case, out on top of that when I'm coloring. So then it doesn't have to be on my desk, and then it's kind of easy to just roll it away, put it away when I'm, doing something that's not, art stuff. But I don't know. Seems like it kind of stopped storming a little bit, but it could start up again at any moment. I wonder if they'll notice it's a different purple. Let's finish the page. I kind of would like to actually draw my own mandala, but then that takes another set of me trying to figure out, okay, what do I need? What do I do? It's like I can't do everything. Air conditioner just went off. So quiet without it. So I hope everybody had a good day. I'm wondering if a lot of people maybe are going to travel this week because 4th of July, I guess, is Friday, which is kind of hard to believe. It seems so weird to even that's here already. I don't really have any plans for 4th of July. I mean, it's kind of, well, yeah, it's kind of, normally it would be like, oh, what are we going to barbecue? Oh, this, that, or the other. And, but like, you know, food's not really my friend. Until I get these braces off. And I think if Friday is the 4th, then my orthodontist appointment is also going to be on a Friday because I think it's on the 11th. So that means that's what, next week? Wow. Next Friday. And hopefully, oh my gosh, hopefully from that'll be like, okay, we're planning the day you get your braces off is going to be this day. Or come in next week and we'll take them off. Oh my god. Oh my god, if they said that, I would be so happy. You don't know. There were like a couple spots that they said that they wanted to close up, like really tiny, 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 tiny spaces. But they didn't want to leave those, they wanted to do it right and they want it totally like together. So, funny thing is, it's kind of been harder for me to eat a little bit because now that my teeth are moved pretty much in place, so now the braces are rubbing against the inside of my lips and things, and so it's kind of like I feel like, what am I gonna have calluses on the inside of my lips or what? Because it's uncomfortable, and putting wax on them is just going to make it like, okay, now I'm just going to feel like I got, more bulk on my teeth that my lips have to close over. This is kind of weird. But you gotta hold on. We're at the home stretch, so we're further than when we started. I'm just ready to get them off because I just want to eat normal. It's like I have been eating, or it's like so much bread, and I normally don't eat bread like I have the past, I guess it's almost 2 years now. But because I can't eat fresh, crunchy vegetables, drives me nuts. And then when I try, like, I have to be very particular of how I cut things up so that because I try, like shredding the carrots or whatever, or doing it in the food processor. But if I do them in a certain way, they get all caught up in my braces, and like, how much of them do I get to eat? Like, not really any. Hey, Serene, thank you. So it's like eating is just not enjoyable. And then, like with smoothies, they have, for a smoothie to taste good, it's, you know, I mean, nobody wants a savory smoothie. You know what I mean? That's like, oh, barf. And so everything you make smoothies with has sugar in it. Okay, so I've gained weight because of that. Because, like, sometimes the only thing you can eat is smoothies and pureed things. Then, so pureed things, usually, I mean, the only way to make those taste better, you put butter in it. And, like, so all these things that, like, I had cut out of my diet pretty much and only had, like, on special occasions, they've been kind of a regular part of my eating, because it's like all I can eat, or how I can make things taste edible in the quickest amount of time, because you can't add umami to, pureed things or whatever, but it takes time. And when I'm working, I definitely don't have that kind of time. It's been like a whole production, so it's been it has been kind of stressful. Not gonna lie. I'm just looking forward to the outcome, but it has been stressful. I am ready for it to be over so I can go back to eating how I want to eat. I'm trying to catch all these little doodads in here. I feel like with these coloring pages, it's like the same questions that I would have when I was painting. It's like, you know, how do you know when it's done? How do you know when to stop? You know? And sometimes I feel like there's always more you could do to a coloring page if you have the time. But I don't know. So what happens with me, I think, is I just wind up going back when my skill set has increased, and my knowledge of how to use certain things. I go back and I look at a page and I say, oh, I can do this, and then add it to it. Just like I did with that page with the clock in it. That for the longest time I didn't know. I don't know. I didn't know what to do with it, because I was like, yeah, well, so you color in the flowers, you color in this, you color in that. So what? That's not very exciting. But then I waited and I waited and I waited, and I don't know. The other day I just looked at it and suddenly it was like to do. I felt like I had the guts to try to do the thing to make the wings see through, and it's like, oh, light bulb. Probably after watching so many people do it and watching so many videos, and then kind of letting it mull about in my head. So hopefully I'll be able to do it again and do it better. I think my first page after that I'm going to do as far as with that kind of see-through kind of thing is I'm going to that mythographic page. Mythographic aviary page with the big bird and the post with the water coming down. That's going to be my challenge to test that out, that see-through thing. We'll see if we can make that work. Oh my gosh, all these little... Something about doing this sometimes doesn't bother me. Looking at this page uncolored though is very intimidating. I didn't think I would ever color this page. Sometimes it just kind of, in a moment, it hits me, and all of a sudden it clicks how I can approach it. And it's like, oh, let's do this. And it might wind up looking ugly, but we'll try it anyway. I wonder. I have some spots in here. I don't know what to do with them. You know what? Just for the heck of it, I'm going to make this purple. Makes no sense, but I'm going to do it. Because I can. Okay, what else? What else? What else? Trying to do as much as I can in here so it doesn't look unfinished. I don't know. I don't know when this looks like finished. I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel like you should start another page, though. I'm not feeling that. I feel like I got enough going on in this book. These little guys. Well, Lori, the other night, like just as I was getting ready to telling myself, okay, Linda, that's enough. It's too late. You need to go to bed. And I saw you were live. I was like, ah. So I shared your live, but then I had to go to bed. It's like, oh, watch it. I'll watch it tomorrow. And since I have it on my wall, it's like, I'll remember to watch it tomorrow. Yeah, I think it was 12:30 for me when you came on. 12:30 a.m. I'd already been pushing. I kept telling myself, why don't you go to bed? Why are you so up? Go to bed. Go to bed. So I've been watching some videos lately about people talking about I don't know. it seems we can find human beings. We can find anything to get obsessed about, or interested in, or become fans of, or whatever. But I was watching some, and I don't know how I fell into that rabbit hole. But I was watching some things about particular types of journaling and note taking, and it's like, I mean, these people are like hardcore about it, like um I don't know, with all these methods, and I don't know, it's like, wow. Now, I'm not getting that intense about it, but I just was looking for like a particular kind of notebook that would be easy for me to use every day, or to carry with me, and to, like how to maybe designate certain notebooks for certain types of notes, and like, and have them in a way that's kind of archival, that you can save them and reference them later and things like that. These people are like really like hardcore. It's like, okay, like I don't think, like symbols, different symbols they use for different things when they're writing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not going that far, but I did get some good ideas from them though. So I actually like had ordered some. We're gonna see how it works. So like whenever I want to have a notebook for like every like book that I read. Um, so I bought some specifically for that. I don't know why I'm putting so much purple in this corner, but I guess that's okay. And they're really cute too. And I told myself, I was saying, well, why don't, you can wait, because you can actually make one, but then, I've never made one before. I just have the materials to do it. And I thought, no, I need one now. I don't need another project to do in order to do another project. Do a project in order to do a project. Oh, okay, past this time I should have. Um, but yeah, so I'm kind of like, I saw like there's like, of course, like, cute. Everybody likes cute, right? There's like these little notebooks that are like this, about the size of this, and that's the only way I know how to do it. What is that? What is that, like? One, two, three, four, 5 by 5 or something like that. And they come in a box of a whole lot of them, and they're like folded, little folded notebooks, and they're so adorable. But I thought, like, no, me, I don't do tiny. That was too small for me. But they look so cute, and they look nice to be able to like write little things in. But it's like, no, that would not work for me. I'll just lose them. Um, and it's not enough room for the kind of notes that I would be taking. I just would be like, you know, nah, that wouldn't work. But those things are so adorable. But see, I've always had a thing with paper since I was a little kid. That was the thing that I mean, I liked paper. Period. Paper and pens. I've always liked paper and pens. Paper and pens. Lined paper and pens, and then I like paper, and drawing and color. Yeah, always, always, always. Since I was, I don't know, probably before I was in elementary school. Okay, I don't know if this is, I don't know if I should be doing what I'm doing right now, but I'm doing it. Mhm. It's like, how much? So I got two different kinds to see which one I like the most for what. And I feel like me having to fill up that notebook with notes just for that particular book is also some kind of incentive for me to be more conscientious about the way I read that book. So, because I read like a lot of kind of, well, I do want it for fiction as well, but I read a lot of nonfiction stuff that I want to be more conscientious about how I um, record what I think as I'm reading it. And I kind of would like to have a record of that, of what I was thinking as I was reading it. Oh, getting into that crease is always. I don't like the crease in these books. I don't. Okay, stop whining, Linda. Stop your whining. So, back to food. I've decided the next thing I want to try making, I want to make it tomorrow probably. It probably is a picnicky kind of food, but I'm not making it for that. But yeah, you know what? And that reminds me. That's another thing. I can't really eat a hot dog with braces either. That's really disappointing. It's like once a year, I always wanted to have, I like to have a hot dog. I can't do that. I can't enjoy a hot dog. Unless I eat it with a knife and fork. Who eats a hot dog with a knife and fork? That is the epitome of sadity. Eating a hot dog with a knife and fork. Oh, but you know what? Oh my gosh. You know what? That sounds good. I might have to have my husband go get some. I have, because I made that cabbage. I don't know, that cabbage, marinated cabbage thing. This time I made with cabbage and red onions. And it's like marinating, you get the celery seed, and I always put cardamom in mine, and vinegar and oil. And it just stays in the fridge, and it's really crispy and crunchy. That's something that a crunch that my braces seem to be able to handle, because the cabbage is is shredded, and it's kind of long, so it doesn't get caught up in them too much. Still kind of does, but I get to eat more of it than my braces do. Let's put it that way. And that would taste really good on a hot dog. Oh my gosh, I'm happy to tell my husband go get some hot dogs. I don't know if I can eat it on the bun though, which is kind of like, why bother? I don't know. And there we go with the bread again. Okay, sit back, take a look. What's going on? I feel like it might be the time to start adding the white. But what white? And beige or white? Got my trusty little white pencil here. Truly little. Got two of them, I think. Oh no, this. Oh yeah, I do have two of them. There's a literal one, which was smaller. I love those Prismacolor white pencils. Can you tell? Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And it's so simple to make. But that thing is banging. I got the recipe actually online like about a month ago or so, maybe a little over a month ago. And yeah. It is so good and so refreshing. It's just like I was the first time I made it, I was putting it on everything. I said, well, let's see how it tastes on this. Let's see how it tastes on that. It tastes good on everything except for chocolate cake. Oh, I don't know. It might taste good on chocolate cake. You never know. Man, that stuff is good. And it's a good way to just kind of get your veggies in. Get your veggies in with a smile. Okay, so where am I going with this white? Am I gonna? Am I doing? It's like I have it following naturally a certain line. Do I want it to stay that way? There we go. I love these Prismacolor white pencils. I really do. They are like, I don't know. There's something special. I don't know if. I don't know. Let's see. See, if I knew what I was trying to highlight, I'd know where to. Like, if I logically knew where I wanted to highlight, I could actually put these someplace strategically. But I don't know. We're going by our gut. Well, not even our gut, just wherever our hand goes. Because technically, I wonder if it should be more inside instead of up here. Why would it be up here? Oh, really? Yeah, I get this for quite a while. For a few years, I'm subscribed on an email list for this website, Food in Jars, and so that's where I got the recipe from. When I got one of the emails I got, and it was talking about that salad, um, and I was like, oh, well, let me try it, and I tried it, and I love it. I love it. And I like that you can really change up the ingredients you put in there. Because the first time, even though it didn't list anything about radishes on there, I had some radishes and I wanted to use them. And so I put radishes in it the first time I made it. Oh my gosh, it was good. Radishes with the cabbage and the onions. And this time I did red onions, just red onions and the cabbage, and it was good. And they mentioned putting carrots in there, but I didn't do that. But probably next time I will. It's really good. Food in Jars is what the um, website is called. And they even they talk about, and I need to someday look at that more. Although I'm not a big meat eater really, but they tell you about how to can meat, meat, which I know people used to do. Um, and I always wondered, how did they do it? I know my uncle would always. Well, his was kind of. I don't know. His was cooked though. He would can his barbecue pork, and it would be like in a jar, a mason jar, and it would have the sauce in it, and the pork would be all shredded, like pulled pork. Um, he did that for like years and years. You see, I'm wondering if this should be like kind of. I don't want to mess it up, but oops. We'll see. We can, I guess, always go over it. You can always go over it with acrylic marker. that's my answer to everything. Always go over it with acrylic marker. Hmm. Did I get this? I didn't get that one spot. I don't know what color to do that. And I think I'm gonna make it yellow, but I gotta find maybe yellow around to that. I swear I don't. No matter how hard I try, I always wind up with like pencils on my desk. More pencils on my desk than I want on my desk. Where's the yellow? I'm gonna start with this one only because I'm scared. Let's start with the pale one. And I need red. What red is this? That's not red, that's like coral, but that's okay. It might be good. So I think I'm actually one step closer to moving. Well, I don't know. Well, moving some of my music stuff that's on this shelf that's to the right of me away to put some of my coloring stuff there. But I'm not absolutely sure. I'm still I'm still thinking about it. This is like, but it has to be where I can always reach it. I don't know. It's a whole shift in focus in this room. So that I'm working with, which is what makes it so complicated. Okay, where did I just throw that yellow pencil? I probably actually did throw it too. That's the problem. I'm throwing pencils around. Ooh, with bacon. Oh wow, that's like a whole meal in a jar. Cool. Yes, and the thing that I'm thinking of making tomorrow is I don't know what's the name of it. I don't even know what the name of it is if there is one, but to make a white bean salad, cannellini bean salad, and I don't have fennel, so I'm just gonna use. But I have a lot of celery, and I have that lovage that I have in the yard, so I'm gonna use that. I don't like mint, so I'm not using mint. Barf. Um, I don't like mint in food in general. I don't, but like I can be convinced though. And if I get somebody makes me some tabbouleh, like that like tabbouleh is their, you know, one of their dishes, one of their, traditional dishes, I will eat that because for some reason they do something to it that like I don't know, I could never do. It wouldn't taste like that if I made it. Mint and all. But yeah, so that's what I think I'm gonna make tomorrow. Although I don't know if I'm gonna eat it tomorrow if I make it tomorrow because it's usually better the next day. But I'm gonna make a variation of that because I have cannellini beans that I want to use. I have celery that I want to use up. I want to use some of the fresh lovage while it's out there. Um, I have tomatoes. I have some feta cheese, but it's a really mild feta cheese that I kind of wish was a little stronger. Um, but yeah, I think I'm gonna make that. And I don't like cold bean salad, but like I think that's something that I can actually chew, you know. So let's see, anything else with this guy? We've been on an hour, yep. Because I think we're gonna go pretty soon. Do my evening constitution. Constitutional. What does that mean anyway? Let me see. Watch old movies and old TV shows and they talk about my evening constitutional. Okay, Amy, take care. Yeah, I think I'm getting ready to go to. What time is it? 9:50. Yeah, I need to go so I can be ready for tomorrow. I don't know why I just did that because I don't even like that. Why did you do that? Oh well. Okay, there's notebooks here. Where'd I put them? Where did I put them? Right here. I don't like them. So I'm hoping I can stick to this thing that I'm doing because let's see how they work. Um, yeah, change the subject. So these are the two notebooks, and this came in. I don't know how many were there, like 8 of these. Move that up a little bit. 8 of these, and they're A5 is the size of them. I like them because they're about the size, a little bit smaller maybe than the books that I'm reading come as. So I think they'll stick together well. Like I can just hold them in my hand, carry them from room to room to work on things. Take care, Amy. Have a good night. I don't know if I said that when I don't know, saw you right there. Of course, this is lined. So there were a bunch of them. They came different colors on the edge. I can write what I want on the front. I could put stickers on the front, or whatever. So, mark the date or whatever that I started reading the book or whatever. So I have this one, and I like that it's just bound like this. But like I said, I actually could make these. So that's why I was kind of like hesitant. I can make them, like but you know, I don't have time. But I do have the stuff to do them, and I know I've watched like some people making their art journals, doing the things that this does, and I actually watched a guy make something similar. But like I got to pick my battles. Yeah, I got too much going on. I'm trying to do everything. I can't do everything. So some things for now you got to buy them. Then they had these, which actually they made the cover look different than it looks here. It's just cardstock, and it looks like it had kind of almost a kind of um. It looks like it had a different type of cover, but anyway, I don't mind. I do like the spiral on these, which again I could make these too because I have that contraption now, but I don't have time to figure it out and whatever. So for now we're doing this. Again, I like the size. It's A5, so it goes together with the books that I'm reading. To be able to just carry them both at the same time. It's relatively thin. This has 60 pages. Um, and these, because it has these many spiral things on it, less likely to just rip out. Um, so, I wonder, I could probably take this off too. I'm thinking. Take this off, put more paper in it, and then store whatever I have here. I don't know, whatever. I'm thinking too hard. Anyway, so That's what I have. College ruled lined so I can keep notes on whatever I'm reading and have this. And then when I read another book, have another thing like this. So depending on how many notes I take, I'm kind of going to gauge that when as I'm reading this present book that I'm reading, to see like which size do I need to use for what, so I can kind of gauge better what suits me more. But either way, I'm going to use these. See, this is the center of it, which is very simply made. So, and do have stuff that I've been saving to make things like this, but I just don't have time right now. I have to read. So anyway, I think that's it for me for tonight. Um, and I want to thank you all for joining me, and it's good to see you all. And have a good rest of your Monday evening, and sleep good. Bye bye.